Stage plays in Nigeria date as far back as the 20th century and took a more upgraded dynamic after the British colonial rule. In 1963, the University of Ibadan established the first university theatre program in Nigeria, further contributing to the growth of the theatre scene. Before the arrival of digital streaming platforms, digital media, and other forms of electronic entertainment, stage plays were a go-to for over 90% population of Nigerians. Many have contributed greatly to the Nigerian theatre space. Persons like Olu Jacobs, Joke Silva, Tunji Shotimiri, Bimbo Manuel, Toyin Oshinaike, Kunle Afolayan, Bolanle Austin Peters, Dapo Adeluba, Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, Zulu Shofola, Olarotimi, and so many more. But today, the demand for stage play seems to be reducing drastically or pretty much streamlined to a minor source of art and entertainment. Is the theatre at risk of endangerment? Or worse, extinction? On today's episode, all-round thespian and stage play director Balogun Abdulwali Abiola gives his very take on this episode. My name is Ire Culture. Let's talk about it. Hi guys, welcome with me to another intriguing and exciting episode of Let's Talk About It. Now, as you can see, this one is quite different, right? Because it's not the usual calm, easygoing environment. And that's because today we're talking stage plays with Balo. Hi Balo, how are you doing today?
Hi, your culture. Don't mind me, I'm always very shy.
Yeah, in front of the cameras, not behind the cameras. If you see him on stage, you know he's not a shy person at all. So, how are you doing in general? Talking about your event that's coming up very soon.
I can tell you for free that it's been God all the way, and putting different ideas on stage under the umbrella of somebody's write-up, maybe playwright and all of those, having to interpret and you know give it a befitting meaning.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time and effort, so it's not been easy, I must tell you.
Now, talking about stage plays, you're one person who has transformed stage plays, right, in the most amazing ways. If you have not seen it, I'm telling you from experience, right? Even only his rehearsals, you know that it's always different. You always have your own different angles to it. How has it been so far? And the support you've been getting from this playwright, how has it been as well?
Well, I can say that the likes of Dr. Ole Balogun,
Yeah.
who is a renowned director, playwright, and also a lecturer, he has inspired me in so many ways that I cannot even imagine. During the course of my undergraduate days, he was one of those people that really encouraged us to take up challenging plays and then put them on stage. So I can tell you that it's not my major idea that I ventured into directing. It was more or less like an accidental discharge
Yeah.
that became my reality. So
And how's that been going for you?
it's been amazing. I'm not sure I would have done any other thing aside from directing.
Directing. Now let's talk about stage plays in Nigeria. Now we know that Netflix has come about to play, Prime Videos has come about, you have DSTV, streaming platforms and all of that. And this is a very, very big competition for stage plays compared to when, stage plays used to be so much of a big deal. How has it been like? Do you think that that market is fair to stage plays?
I feel it has to do with the producer or the production team in entirety. So I can tell you that so many professionals, when they put their plays on stage, they must have had, let's say, 6 to 7 months of rehearsals, and you will not get to hear about it until 2 weeks to the production. So what I decided to do was to change the narrative a little bit. So I said, the moment I come up with my production title, I start posting. Whether I have a date, whether I have a venue, whether I have a ticket price or anything, I start posting. Because the more awareness you create, the more your chances of getting your event space filled up.
But do you think that, now back to the main question, right? Netflix and all of that, it's because people would rather go and see a movie in the cinema or rather see a movie on Netflix on your phone. So do you think it's fair to stage plays? That
Well,
takes months of rehearsal.
it is highly competitive, I must say. But don't get it wrong. Those movies you see on Netflix too, they take long hours of rehearsals.
Exactly.
Long months of shooting and all of those.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to them too. I'm not trying to undermine what they do, but I feel it's a very big challenge to stage play.
Stage plays.
So because apparently you need to first source for talent, you need to engage in rigorous hours of rehearsals, day and night, and sometimes it eats into the midnight. So unlike the streaming platforms, I can just be at the comfort of my home just put on Netflix. So long as I have my data,
Data,
I
yeah.
can just watch without having to leave my house. So having to buy the ticket, leave my house, get myself into any means of transportation, then to come to the stage play venue is a big deal. And all I can say is thank you to all our fans that have been turning out for our stage plays. I'm really grateful because it's not easy.
Now, what do you think the revolution of stage play should be like? How do we revive it and bring it back in full
um,
force? That is.
we need to improve on our marketability and publicity because it's a big deal. I will not lie to you. Over the years, whenever you go to the cinema,
Yeah.
you will see them posting the trailer 4 months before the whole movie is even ready, and you see stage play directors or producers, they don't even get to put ordinary flyer out there until, just like I said earlier, like 1 week to the production, and then
Yeah,
you
I
start
noticed that.
struggling with audience attendance. And even those that have been posting for 4 months, they barely see high turnout, let alone somebody that is posting for 1 week.
Yeah.
So we need to improve on you know the 4 P's in marketing mix, which is the place, the price, the product, and the promotion.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want a situation whereby we only focus on the product.
Yes.
Let's look strictly into the promotional aspect of the show, because that is where the business side of the production is.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if you have a rehearsal for like 6 to 7 months and then there is nothing to show for it at
Nothing
the
to
end of the day?
show.
So the people that will patronize this your product are the audience, which you have failed to do the publicity for.
Right. So now let's talk about the actors who are acting in stage plays. Have you seen challenges whereby those who do stage plays want to venture into digital acting, right? Which is screen and all of that, just because the attention I want from acting, I'm not getting it in stage plays. And how do you manage that? Does that happen and how do you manage it?
Yes, it happens every day. In fact, I have some of my team members that are fully into screen production, and you will see that whenever we have our rehearsals, and then you see them complaining that, wow, for screen we don't really do this much. I don't have to learn my lines. I don't have to come for rehearsals every day. It has to be cut, react,
Mm-hmm.
cut, rehearse, cut and act, cut, react and act. It follows that stereotype and process. But unlike stage play, that you
It's
have
a
to
run through.
learn your lines, get the blockings, your movements, there has to be a motivation. So you see most of them, they would rather venture into screen than stage,
Then stage.
even though that is what their passion is. If I were to be in their shoes, maybe because I have passions for directing,
Because I'm
especially
like you already.
stage, I would have gone no. I would have gone no.
So
So
are you saying that the reward for stage isn't as great?
as screen,
Yeah.
well, the fame for screen is there. Some people for stage they are making the money, but the money is not as circulated as the
As
one
that
for
of
screen.
screen.
Yes. So you get ambassadorship deals, you get to be you get other roles just from one person watching you in a particular movie. But how many people come to the theater to see you, let alone to recommend you for other stage productions? How many theater producers come to watch a stage play themselves?
Themselves.
They don't. So how do they now scout for talent? So most times either they do table casting or they do audition, and
Yeah.
it's from the audition they now have to test strong who is stronger and who is not. And I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you for a fact that audition is not the best place to get who is talented.
Really? Why?
Yes, it is, because at some point every actor or every performer need training and somebody to just believe in them.
Yeah.
And I have noticed over the time that those that I have in mind as gurus in the profession end up not even giving me what I
What
want.
do you want?
So maybe just one random person that walks into the rehearsal ground with somebody, person is not even part
True,
of
that
the,
happens a lot.
and you see that the person is just giving you what you want.
Person
So
has more to deliver.
yes, and the person is willing and flexible and raw to absorb any form of training that comes with
That
it.
comes with it.
So those that are, called the ogas,
Mm-hmm.
they're already stuck. They don't want to learn anything again. The moment you start correcting them, you start seeing that facial expression of, bro, it's my job. I know it. Don't
I've
tell
been
me
there
what to
before.
do. So
Yeah. Do you feel that the stage place space is being monopolized? And why do I say so? As of now, if you want to hear about any stage play going on, it's mostly probably Bolanle Austin Peters that's doing it now. Pretty much just her and a very few other people. Maybe you find it in schools. Do you feel it's monopolized and more needs to be done in that space?
For you to run a theater production, you need God and you need money. There is no gainsaying. There is
Yeah.
no boycotting. There is no other way to put it than you need God, which we have,
Yeah.
and then you need money,
Which
which we should look for. So you would figure that Bolanle Austin Peter is already made. She has the technical know-how, she has the space, and you see that she has all the necessary
audience?
connections she would need, and she does not even need to get audience. Audience will rush to her space because her space is where they want to be. So it's a major challenge for some other producers that don't have like a space to call their own.
Yeah.
You'll be able to cut costs, and then they're going to do less and gain more in that light. So you figure that most of these there used to be a time that we have a lot of competitive you know theater houses in Nigeria. We have Thespian Family Theater. We have people at the Little Theater and National Art Theater. You have Bolanle Austin Peters. You have the Williams Benson. You have Professor Ahmed Yerema, Dr. Lekon Balogun. You have the likes of Theater Centric.
Yeah.
You have Crown Troupe of Africa.
Talking about sponsorship and the whole monopoly thing of stage plays, how often do you get sponsors to come on your show and all that?
I must say that that is the dilemma of many theater producers. Even when you reach out to them, they look at you like, "Who is this one? What show?" You like answer, "Please leave here." And by the time they even get to respond to you, the kind of funding they will give to you and what they will be asking for in return. They can even say they want you to not put your own set on stage and use their brand logo. They might say they want half of the auditorium. They might say they want you to wear their clothes for the play. It's a big deal. That's why you see so many people, they'd rather just do concerts. Because every brand just wants to associate with concerts. But stage plays, because of the level of intellectual property that goes into it, a lot of people are afraid to fund it. And lately, I figured that it's most of these cryptocurrency brands and maybe fintechs that are really interested in sponsoring stage plays now. And I don't even know why that is.
Why that is. Okay, now talking about publicity, sponsoring, and the likes, let's talk about media houses. I got to know much about stage plays growing up from Channels TV to be precise, and many other like that. But today you can barely find this media houses wanting to cover and all of that. How's that been like?
It is not Netflix now, so it's a stage play, and you're not even a known producer, so who cares? So most times you see them trooping out to maybe a place like Muriopola when there is a concert.
Yeah.
They just want to associate themselves with the concert. You see Goldmine, you see Trace TV, you see Pulse. They just want to post something about concert, or let's say maybe once in a while art exhibition. But stage plays, you have to write and write and write. If you don't have the funding and the money for them to come out en masse for you, then you're not going to see them.
Still talking about this whole connection of the thing and the monopoly of stage play. Do you feel like more people should come up to compete in this particular space?
They should. But taking up the challenge means you need to also, put your craft right. Get a patron or a matron, or get a particular platform that can always be out there for you when it comes to sponsorship.
Yeah.
You need money. There's no how you want to do it. The venue will not be free. The technical aspect of it will not be free. The actors will not act for you for free.
So now, what plans do you as Value have for stage plays in Nigeria? Because we do see what you're doing, right? You had about 2 to 3 stage plays this year.
Yes, too.
And you've created quite a few, or produced quite a few in the past.
Directed quite a few. Yes.
Directed, sorry about that, directed. And you definitely are looking to do more. So what is your plan? Do you just want to just host or direct stage plays here and there? What is the plan?
Well, as much as I love screen, I think I'm going to stick to stage, because it's going to be like a disappointment to those who that believe in me to still hold the torch of the profession. When some of my guys, when they see me, they have like that glimpse of hope. Okay, so long this guy is still and other young directors like that. So long we are all still there, there's still hope for the profession. I'm not doing the profession like the directing thing, or putting up productions for people to know that, oh, that's Balo. Well, me, in my own little space, I'm a president. So I can say that I want to do it to push the awareness for people to understand that theatre practitioners are not foolish people. Theatre practitioners are not jobless people. It is a noble profession that people go as far as getting masters and PhD for. In fact, they even become professors, emeritus, whatever in academic realm. People strive to do it. I cannot disappoint them, so I'm going to stick to theatre. So next year, March, all the weekends in March, I'm going to be having my play, The Sisters by Ahmed Jerema at Terra Culture, all the weekends in March.
That's amazing.
So that's for next year.
Terra Culture, that's a good
So we are
space.
moving from Milan to Ireland.
To the island.
Yes.
And definitely the promotion is going to be big, isn't it?
Yes, we are starting in November, and it's going to be 140 days publicity.
140
days publicity.
That's insane. Now, one question that has been bugging my mind is actors, the screenplay actors. Do you feel like stage play will be a true test to their profession, to their talent?
Funny thing is, those guys, they try. Some of them are natural, like raw talent.
Yeah.
So what I see is, it is not a competition between screen and stage.
Yeah.
It is, a kind of way to strike a balance. That while we are thriving in screen, we are also thriving on stage. So, but you will see that stage actors don't really get to do well on stage because they are trained to use their natural body, their voice, their everything. So when they get on screen and they have like microphone or they tend to shout. So they now have to undergo another set of training to now beat it down. But for somebody that is a screen actor, such a person will undergo more training than a stage actor. So which means that the bedrock of the screen acting is stage. I feel we should just come together and see ourselves like brothers. Not like you will see me because I'm a stage actor and then you're a screen actor. You see me in an event, you feel like, oh, those ones. We are not those ones. We are together. We are acting.
Honestly, I think I've had a very amazing conversation, despite all the behind-the-scenes glitches, right? And I think you must have picked a thing or two from this whole thing. Theatre isn't going extinct because Bangalore is here, right? I do love that confidence. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Till the next time, my name is Ep6. Bye for now. Did you enjoy the conversation? Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. More importantly, I would love to have your comments. Thanks for watching.